What's up guys, welcome to a new video. This is going to be a different kind of video of what I usually make because I wanted to do kind of shorter videos with maybe information that you can find useful in a much shorter format. So what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to show you the method that I use to kind of optimize my builds and find the best way possible to perform a build and then just get the fastest possible times, the fastest possible, let's say, night timing or fast castle timing or anything you can think of. And this is just the method I use. I'm sure other people have other methods, but I think this one is pretty good. So I'm going to show you here what I would do with Byzantines, because I'm currently working on a Byzantines build. That video is going to be up next Monday. So for example, let's say I was trying to make a 5 cisterns build, right? So I would start like this: 3 on stone, 1 on gold, the rest on food, and my rally point on food, and then I will just scout around my base to see where my berries are. I already found my second berries, and then I would go towards my opponent's base to see if I am getting rushed or not. So far this is the way that I would start almost every single game as Byzantines. So right now the method hasn't started yet, but there will be a time where I will have to make certain adaptations, right? So let's say, for example, what if when my scout finishes scouting here around my base and then goes toward my enemy's base and I see that there is a rush coming, then I would have to make some kind of adaptation, right? So at this point, let's pause here. I will save my game here, and I would put, let's say, B's 5 cisterns start. You can see I already have a lot of other saved games here doing the same method. And I would save the game. And now let's say finish sending my sheep there. By the way, don't ever do this. I'm just doing this because this is a custom game. But if for some reason my enemy scout goes through here and takes all of that sheep, that would pretty much be game over. So I wouldn't advise to do that. But yeah. So for now, let's say I go scout, and let's say I see something weird, right, like a barracks or something, and I would like to make an adaptation to my build. So at this point I would do this. Let's say let's load at this point here, and once it loads, now I'm going to practice a variation. Say I already scouted that he's going for a barracks. So the variation would be, okay, let's get everything on gold. Let's get absolutely everything on gold. And we will like to see if maybe staying my rally point on sheep, is it the best way to do this? Or maybe we don't need to rally everything on gold. Maybe we just need to rally 3 or 4 or 2. I don't know. So, because I don't know, I would need to keep testing. And let's say if I kept playing this game and I got, let's say, a feudal timing of 5 minutes, just to say a random number, then I could just load back onto the game, restart, and I would test. Let's not go for everything on gold, let's just go for 3 on gold or 4 on gold and everything else to food. And that way maybe I get faster to feudal. So now my build is a little bit more optimized than it was before. So now this variation that I practiced against Dark Age rushes, let's say now I want to practice, I only want to send 3 more to gold, and now I have 3 on food, more than I had on the previous variation that I did. And if I keep playing this game and I find that I go up faster to feudal without taking damage on my gold, then I know that this variation is better than the last one. And if you see my point is, I just keep restarting at a certain point and see which variation works best. So now that I showed that with Byzantines, let's say I was working on getting the fastest possible timing, fast castle timing with a different civilization. So now I'm going to show you something that I saved with Rus. This is a point on a game where I start already on almost aging up to feudal age. So as you can see, I already have my resources. Let's pause here actually for a second. So I loaded a game of Rus where I do one hunting cabin start, and I already have 3 scouts already with their scouting patterns already queued up. My primary scout is already returning to my base to return the last of the sheep, and I already have almost 400 food and 200 gold for my feudal age up. So what I want to test now is I want to figure out which distribution after I get to feudal age is going to be the best to get the fastest castle timing possible. And I am not making any particular build here. I'm just trying to test how to get fastest to castle age. So now that I already have my point, my game saved at a point where I can just quickly reload, I can test, let's say for example, what if I age up with 5 on the Golden Gate? What if I age up with 5? And then let's say I kept playing this game and I make, let's say, a random distribution of 10 on food or 16 on food, and then I go 8 on wood, and then I go Prof Scouts, and that gives me an 9 minutes timing on my fast castle, just to say a number. Then I just reload that game, and once it's reloaded, let's say I don't wanna age up with 5. I wanna age up with, let's say, 3. So I pre-select my 3 villagers that I'm going to age up with, and once it's almost there, now we age up with 3. And now because we age up with 3, we can go 2 more villagers on some other resource, and I can keep testing. And let's say on this time, on this variation, I get 30 seconds faster to castle age, but because I aged up with fewer villagers, maybe I get slower to feudal, and then I'm, let's say, more vulnerable to attacks. So now I know that this variation is good for getting faster to castle age without needing any units. So that would be useful, let's say, against another Rus player that is very slow to start, or let's say a Malians player that is also very slow. But it's probably bad against, I don't know, French that will have probably a knight going around my base. So maybe I would need a faster professional scouts timing, so aging up with 4 or 5 would be best. And that is the way I keep loading my builds, loading my games until I find the best possible variation. And I see many people that instead of using the save function, they just surrender the match, wait for the statistics to pop out, and then just restart the game. And they have to keep playing the same game over and over from the start, and that just takes time. Instead, you can just save crucial points on your matches. Let's say, for example, this just before aging up to feudal. Now I don't have to play Order Dark Age again. Or maybe just before aging up to Castle Age, and now we can figure out some other distributions there. And we can just keep loading and restarting the games from a certain important point. That way we can figure out the most important, the most optimal way to redistribute our macro and maybe build our buildings. Maybe if we want to build with different amounts of villagers. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So let me know if these kinds of videos are good for you. So I want to upload a little bit more on the week. I've been uploading only once a week because the build videos actually take a long time to edit. So I want to test uploading videos like this with information that might be useful to someone, but don't take that much time to edit and upload. So just me talking over something. So maybe some people would find that useful. So let me know if that's something you will still want to see. I will still keep doing my regular build videos, don't worry about that. I will keep doing that always at the start of the week. You will find a new build order video with all the editing you already know. But this would be like a second upload that I would do a week. So let me know if you find this useful. And yeah, that's pretty much it. See you in the next one.